Hi, I'm Maggie Yu, and I'm a physician, and 7 months ago, we finished building our home with Garrett, and we've been living in it ever since.
I'm Jonathan McElligott, and it's been a wonderful time moving in that home and building it for ourselves.
We purchased and built our home, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, we started the process in April of 2022, I believe.
Okay. We purchased our home starting about a year and a half ago, and we moved in about 7 months ago.
We chose Garrett Custom Homes because we saw a model home down in Oregon that we fell in love with.
Yeah.
And from there, just started the process of looking at what they offered, the different locations they offered, and they were just wonderful to work with, to be honest.
Well, and we also had a realtor who had experience. Garrett had built her daughter's home, and so we were able to see, what the quality of the build was, and she had full experience with what that experience was like from build to moving in. So it was great to have someone who's went through it before, who was our realtor, and that really helped us seal the decision on that.
The home building experience with Garrett Homes was outstanding. They're easy to work with. There was lots of different options available to us. We were able to really, they're a custom home, so you could really fine tune it. We were able to do a bump out, increase our floor space, just, asking and making it happen.
Well, what I liked about it was actually the scheduling. I'm a big shaper. I like step by step what happens, and I don't want to be the one moving that along. So I felt like from the moment we signed a contract or funded the transaction, it was like, okay, this is the next step, this is the next step, this is the next step. So for me, it was really methodical, it was well thought out, and it was just one step after another. Everything from permitting, from choosing the interiors to actually breaking ground and building the house. The favorite part of my experience is, I expected it to be harder. Maybe I expected it to have to fight people for more things, or I expected to have to do more to manage the home building or the process. But to my pleasant surprise, every single person that we dealt with along the way were really pleasant to work with, easy to work with, fun. We had a hell of a time choosing our interiors. Not hell. We had a hell of a good time actually choosing the interiors and all the choices that we had. It was pleasant. It was fun. That was the best surprise.
Yeah, how easy they were to work with. And for me, just back to the first point, the customization of the home was, for me, the best part. The fact that we could make decisions, increase our floor space because we prefer the look of that, or rotate the house on the lot. We got in early and could make every choice we wanted to make.
I don't know about every choice, but there were some choices that were super important. There were some things that they didn't necessarily normally do, but I was like, this is very important to me, and they made it happen.
Now that we're in the home, my favorite thing would be the deck and looking out on that deck over the backyard, because it's elevated, so we have a deck that crosses or goes across the whole back of the house, and it just gives us this wonderful view down the hill. That'd be my favorite.
I agree. And then the other aspect I love is the great room. So for me, I'm not into the traditional dining room. There's really not much use for me with it. So I like the idea that we had a great room that was connecting the living areas with our dining areas, kitchen areas, and it connects the deck, which is this big outdoor space. So basically we have this big communal family cooking place that just is not just indoors, connects directly to the outdoors, and then there's this palatial view, which I love. I think what sets you guys apart from other home builders is there's a relationship that you guys have with the clients. I knew from the moment, I think we met Terry right in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the moment we saw the model home, from the moment of the sales transaction to every single build part of that. The initial person that we had contact was part of that, and we're part of all those meetings, a lot of those meetings as well. So I felt like there was a start to finish process where there was a connection and there was a relationship. And that to me really stands apart from working with many other businesses, to be frank, not just builders.
It was start to finish one person. We were never handed off and be like, oh, I'm done with you. Now somebody else is going to handle you.
Yeah.
And, he still is in communication because he still is, working on the other home. So it's great having that connection.
Well, that's the other thing is our neighborhood is still building. And so we'll see still some of the people that we worked with during our home building. And we still see them with their car drive up, and we'll stop by and say, hi, hey, and they'll be like, what's going on? And so there's continuity even with that. It wasn't just like, oh, we sold you, you moved in, we're done. I don't feel that way at all. I feel like there's a continued relationship and ongoing support sometimes when you need it. I would say I went into it, was there a feature that I really didn't expect or didn't know I was going to love that I ended up loving? I would say a couple things. I would say number one would be the specification we had to build the kitchen storage and cabinets that I wanted. Some of them were glass, some of them were not glass, and then there were specifically storage things. I mean, I love to cook. So even though I planned it really well, it was amazing to actually be able to have what I planned and wanted built, but then to actually cook and live in it, it turned out really well, and I love it. I love cooking in my kitchen every day. I love where there are display cabinets where it needs to be. It's just fun to like actually live in a space that you designed a lot of the display or storage features in the kitchen. So I love it.
Our warranty experience with Garrett Homes has been outstanding. We have had a few things pop up, and kind of like the one point of contact for like buying the house and getting everything built out, I've had one point of contact for dealing with any warranty issues, and it's been no more than a week, or it's less than that, for them to get somebody out and get it fixed and back up and running, and it's been pretty minor things.
Minor, I agree. Would I refer people to Garrett Homes as a builder? And the answer would be,
yes.
We kind of already did.
A couple times.
A couple times. And people actually come to our house and ask us, who built your home? Yes. So there's already been several people who've been in our home who already have said, please tell me who your builder is so we can work with them. But beyond that, anybody who would ask me, I would be like happy to share my experience. You could even, you know, see a walkthrough or video like on, this is how we went on YouTube and we actually saw some of the videos you guys had done that actually feature some of the homes. And I think looking at actual model homes and seeing it yourself, you already know that this is the quality and also the experience of the home is very different. So I actually share a lot with people about absolutely referring people to Garrett Homes. I also have them refer them to see videos on YouTube as well, and that speaks for themselves as well. I'm Maggie.
I'm Jonathan.
We love our Garrett custom home.